at the end of that month, they go home and it's called Lebaran. And they're going and visiting their parents, staying with them. You really don't see much anywhere else.
Once you form a good relationship with them, it's gonna last.
Indonesia memang tak henti-hentinya membuat takjub orang dari negara luar. Selain dikenal dengan keanekaragaman suku, agama, dan alamnya yang indah, Indonesia juga dikenal dengan sikap ramah orang-orangnya. Hal ini dirasakan langsung oleh beberapa warga asal Amerika yang pernah tinggal di Indonesia. Mereka mengaku mendapati beragam kejadian menarik yang tak akan pernah dilupakan selama berada di negara dengan julukan Heaven of Earth atau surga dunia ini.
One thing I still haven't gotten out of the habit of is if you walk in between two people that are conversing, you always you kind of bow down with your hand to the side so that your body doesn't pass their level of eye contact. So I was like squatting like way down when I pass by people. If I walk in between two people, I get like self-conscious. I'm like, oh, sorry.
We don't believe in flavor like Indonesians do. The Indonesian word for spicy food is pedas, and they love to throw that stuff on everything. Some of my favorite dishes, it's called nasi uduk and pempek goreng.
Everything you do is with your right hand. So even if your right hand is full of groceries and they're giving you your change, you switch it to your left hand and you take it with your right hand. So that was something really interesting. They think the left hand is unclean.
Because you use your left hand in the bathroom.
Sebagai negara dengan mayoritas Muslim, Indonesia dianggap memiliki keunikan tersendiri yang tidak bisa dibandingkan dengan negara mayoritas Muslim manapun, terutama kemampuan dalam menjaga keharmonisan antar umat beragama.
Indonesian holidays, they call them Tanggal Merah, and they usually correspond pretty tightly with Islamic holidays, but they're also Buddhist holidays and Christian holidays that are celebrated. So they really try to promote religious equality. That's one thing that I really appreciated. One of the ones that I really distinctly remember is they celebrate what's called Kenaikan Isa Al-Masih. They celebrate Mother's Day I think it's the day after Christmas. So they celebrate that as a national holiday, which I thought was really cool. And one of the most interesting Muslim holidays is Ramadan. It's super cool to see because they have this whole month where they're dedicated and they fast, and during Ramadan it's not polite to eat in front of people. Then you see at the end of that month, they go home and it's called Lebaran. And Lebaran is this holiday where everyone goes home. So the cities are just empty. They're all out in the villages they're going and visiting their parents, their grandparents, and they're staying with them. So it's just a really unique aspect of family that you really don't see much anywhere else. Islamic culture, you take off your shoes before you enter any home, because every time you go into a home, it's very, very impolite to wear shoes.
Selain itu, masyarakat Indonesia juga dikenal akan tutur kata dan perilakunya yang sopan. Namun di balik itu semua, mereka cenderung merasa tidak enakan. Seringkali di mana mereka berkata setuju atau ya dalam kondisi tertentu, namun bukan berarti mereka bermaksud benar-benar berkenan melakukannya.
One thing that's kind of confusing and frustrating at times is they're very non-confrontational. So if you contact someone on the streets or on a bus or whatever, and you get to the point in the conversation where you can kind of say, could we share a message with you sometime? Ask for their number, or can we stop by your house? They'll almost always say yes, or at least they'll give you their number, but in all reality, they have no interest. So it's kind of difficult that way, just because they want to be so polite to you, they want to be nice to you, and it's hard for them to openly reject, to openly say, no, I'm not interested, don't come to my house, no, you can't have my number, things like that.
Terlepas dari beberapa hal negatif dan kejadian kurang baik yang pernah menimpa sejumlah turis asing, namun umumnya dari mereka mengakui bahwa masyarakat Indonesia selalu tampil sebagai tuan rumah yang baik. Hal ini membuat Indonesia menjadi negara yang berkesan dan selalu dirindukan oleh orang luar negeri.
Overwhelmed with the craziness of the city. So motorcycles, scooters, they're everywhere. And it all just kind of like flowed the traffic as we went. No one really followed rules. The stoplights were more like guidelines, but it all still just held together in this really cool flow. A never-ending game of chicken is how traffic works over there.
Of course, there's obviously going to be your rare exceptions, but I always kept my wallet in my top pocket because I was afraid of pickpockets, but that's about the extent of it.
Honestly, I never felt like I was in much danger. There is some crime, but it's nothing more than you'd find anywhere else. So it's not a huge issue.
Overall, it's incredibly safe. I felt really safe the whole time I was there.
When I think of Indonesians, I just kind of think of cheerful and happy.
For the most part, I was very comfortable in day to day.
And I think they're very loyal. Once they're your friend, they're going to be your friend, and they'll really care for you. They're generally very hospitable. Once you form a good relationship with them, it's going to last.